Allstate Southeastern Conference Volleyball Tournament Final. We're joined now by Texas head coach Jared Elliott, along with student athlete Tori Stafford. Coach Elliott will make an opening statement. After that, if you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone. Coach?
Well, first, I'd like to thank the SEC for putting this event on. What an awesome event. It was first class all the way around. The people were so friendly and so helpful and very organized. The city of Savannah was very welcoming. The hotels and everybody that was around just had so much excitement that we were here, and we really enjoyed the process. Obviously, this one is really challenging to swallow. I thought our team played hard the entire night. I was really proud of them for the effort that they gave and put everything out on the line. But, when you're up 24-21 to win the match, when you're executing at the level we were and we just didn't close that game out, it's hard. And then you let a really good Kentucky team get back into it, and they fought and put pressure on us and ultimately took over the momentum and were able to win this. And this one's going to take a little bit of time to process, but if we can learn something from this, then this will be a great opportunity for the NCAA tournament for us.
With that, we'll open up to questions.
Hey guys, thanks for coming. What caused the tide to turn there in the end of the third and that momentum to stay throughout the rest of the match?
Well, it was first ball contact. We didn't get any good swings out of that. And it was kind of more on our side. We had some balls that we could have controlled and gotten good swings out of it, but we didn't get good swings out of it. So that was a challenging part.
Over here.
This is for Coach Elliott or to Tori. There were a variety of different net faults and violations. How do you fix that in practice so that it's cleaner at the net for the next match?
I don't know. I'm still questioning that last call in Game 5 because I'm not going to talk about it, but I don't think that was the situation tonight in terms of our blocking. I thought we did a good job most of the night and had a few nets here and there, but they were trying to press and really, when you're blocking someone like Ava, it's really hard, and you're trying to take some situations away from her and blocking hard angles. And again, I thought our block did a nice job getting a lot of touches and transition opportunities for us.
Tori, you had 28 kills on the night, and Abby and Kari had 15 on the night. Can you talk about how impressive it is that freshmen were able to step up in a big match like this?
Yeah, I think Abby and Kari did a really good job tonight. I can think back to the first set. Like Abby, we did a different rotation. I started back row, and Abby was up front, and she was going off. I think we played really well in the big lights, and they did a good job.
How do you pivot from this, and what does the next week and a half look like as you prepare to make a deep NCAA run?
Yeah, Jarrett said it best. Obviously this one sucks. We had the opportunity to win, but we can't hang our heads too far because ultimately the national championship is still the goal. So this sucks. We're going to learn from it, but we're going to get back in the gym and come back stronger.
Tori, in your mind, what was the difference between the Texas team tonight that played Kentucky versus the one earlier in the month that played Kentucky?
I feel like we were a different team. We started off really well. I think the first time we played them, we weren't really ourselves. But tonight, I think we did a good job of starting off strong, and that was the key of the match. We just couldn't finish.
For Coach or for Tori, how does a match like this sort of prepare y'all for the tournament, and what changes do y'all have to make, especially with Selection Sunday coming up?
Yeah, it's the great thing about the SEC. It's so strong right now, and you get such. This was a Final Four matchup, right? A 2-3 seed. I think could easily be back at this in 3 weeks in the semifinals. I look at it. We started off the season strong. We had some points where we made some struggles. We made some adjustments. And I think the team has really bought in, and I think they're playing at a really high level right now. We just got to play a little bit cleaner for periods of time, and I think we can do that in the gym. We've got some young players that are still learning the game, but for them to be in these situations, it's an awesome opportunity kind of going into the NCAA tournament.
All right, we got time for one more right here.
Coach, reflecting on the event as a whole, do you have any take on whether other power conferences should follow the SEC suit in having these conference tournaments?
Yeah, I think I have a lot of thoughts on a lot of things related to volleyball, but I think you're starting to see the excitement of the game. You're starting to see the explosiveness. It's the fastest growing women's sport in the country right now. And there's a really good ROAS in terms of ad spend that's happening on this. You're starting to see really good TV ratings from it. And it's still we don't have a counterpart, really. I mean, the men's game is not very big in the United States, but this is kind of happening from these incredible women that are playing and at the high level that they're playing. So being able to play these tournaments gives us another kind of, it's great for the fans. I mean, tonight was awesome. SEC put on a first-class show. It's on the TV. It meant something, right? So it's always nice when you're playing for a trophy, and it gives us another week of like really good TV and media coverage to kind of showcase people like Tori Stafford that are just incredible human beings, but also incredible athletes that deserve a lot of attention. So I would imagine at some point it's going to keep following and keep growing, but our game does, and we're really excited the SC supports the women the way they do.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Just let me know when you guys are ready. You guys good? We'll go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at the In-Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia for the Allstate Southeastern Conference Volleyball Tournament Final. We are joined by Kentucky head coach Craig Skinner, along with student athletes Molly Tuzzo and Eva Hudson, following the Wildcats tournament championship victory. Coach Skinner will begin with an opening statement. After that, if you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, first of all, just want to reiterate our appreciation to Commissioner Sankey, Misty Brown, and Tiffany Daniels, and the staff for putting on such an amazing event for our players, all the players in the league. And, you know, this sport has gone to a whole new level the last several years, and this event typifies, you know, where we are and where we're headed. So I can't thank them enough. But, you know, our team was unbelievable, you know, in that match, down 7-2 in the third and 23-20, couple match points, and to fight back. And we talked in the locker room before the match that, you know, worthy things are earned, and we certainly earned that today, that victory and everything this season. So we haven't been given anything, and we don't want it to be given as we march down the rest of the season.
All right, with that, we'll open it up to questions.
You kind of touched on it there, but they had a couple match points there in the third set, and you guys completely flipped the script the rest of the way. What did you notice that kind of changed in those moments there in that third set?
Well, I don't think our mentality changed a whole lot throughout the whole match. I mean, we do a good job of staying with the current point and not looking too far past that point or behind. And, you know, Texas was on fire. I mean, they were unbelievable in the first set, you know, and Stafford is one of the best players in the country, and she showed why tonight. And, you know, they had some other players hot, and then we just had to find ways to have a tougher serve or one uncommon kill or one great pass, a dig. And it just wasn't any one thing. It was an accumulation of several.
All right, we'll go right here.
For Eva and Molly, how much just fun was that whole event, being able to play in a new area in front of some fans who maybe normally aren't able to see y'all in Lexington? How much fun was that for y'all, and how important is this event to growing the game?
Even from the first day of this tournament, we just saw so many BBN people, and just showing up even when we weren't playing. I think it was on Thursday. Saturday. Wow. Oh. Did we play on Saturday? No. Yeah, Saturday. Sorry. But it just shows how much passion BBN has, and I'm really proud of these girls for showing out. I know it was a lot of pressure on in the first two sets, but just grinding it out was really proud.
I just think for everyone to be able to pull this event together after not having it for so long, I think we all agreed as a team that we have nothing but amazing things to say about this event. So I think it's just really cool to grow the game and grow the SEC.
Coach, can you touch on Lizzie Carr and Asia Thigpen? They had huge performances tonight whenever you needed them most. Just talk about the grit that you saw from both of them tonight.
Yeah, we don't win this match without them and the way they performed. And you know, we challenged our passers to control the ball. We challenged our setter, Cassie, to get more diverse in our offense. And Lizzie and Asia were rock stars, you know, offensively and blocking too. I mean, I don't know how many blocks Asia had, but the slowdowns that she had and the stuffs that Lizzie had were a huge reason why we were able to turn the tide.
And Coach, I don't think that you win a game like that without your expertise and your experience along the way in the SEC. So can you just kind of talk about what part of your experience at the helm of a program like this did you pull out tonight in order to come back and get this win?
Yeah, that would take a lot for me to come up with an answer for that. But early on in my career, I'd have lost my mind if we lost the first two sets, and that I know that's not going to work. And so we just have to stay the course, and we just have to make a couple plays here and there. And as long as our team doesn't lose sight of the fact that the most important thing they're going to do is starts after the next whistle, then we have a chance. If we start thinking about the past and the future, and our team knows what I like to say on that, you know, it doesn't do much for the present. But, you know, it just is a mentality that you have to, you know, the beauty of our sport is it's 3 out of 5. If it was timed, we would have lost that match. You know, so the chance that we were to come back after being 2-0 is the beauty of volleyball.
Go back up front.
Coach, you just talked about how, complimentary you were of this event. How do you think this event helps grow the game, and do you think other power conferences should follow the SEC in adopting a tournament like this?
Well, I think 90% of the eyeballs of volleyball world were on this match tonight, and then probably thousands of more that don't really watch volleyball because of it. But when a few years ago, when conference realignment started happening, we started adding teams to the league. We played 18 matches, but it wasn't a fair schedule between all the teams. So the only way to determine a true conference champion was to have a tournament. And it's a grind. I mean, it's tough. These guys are worn out. But we have 10 days before the NCAA tournament, and I don't think there's any way that every Conference America, if they don't have a tournament, is thinking about it now.
Molly, I liked your comments at the end about we're all just a pack of wolves, Where do you think in this match you guys showed that type of mentality?
I think it really came out at the end of the second set, and then the third, fourth, and fifth set. We always talk about our flow state, and I think that's whenever everything's clicking, to be honest, and we start barking, we start howling, and I think it really showed towards the end of the match in that fight with us.
Coach, Brooklyn was struggling offensively tonight, but in a way she kind of made up for it defensively. You just talk about the versatility of Brooklyn, and just if she's lacking in one spot, she's going to make up for it somewhere else.
Yeah, she had a complete game last night. I mean, she was really good in every facet. And so, it's really hard to be really good for 3 days in a row. And, Brooklyn had to, grind, and it wasn't clicking offensively and for whatever reason, but that happens, especially against elite teams. And so for her to make defensive plays, stay calm, keep her composure, her body language never changed. And then to serve the last 5 or 6 points, whatever it was at the end, I mean, that takes a lot of mental toughness. So very proud of her resiliency to make that happen.
Just talk about having the opportunity to play 3 in 3 days and how that will better prepare down the stretch for NCAA tournament time.
I'll let these guys answer that.
Whatever you needed to dig into in order to finish it out. You have 3 games, 3 days, and that went to 5 sets, so it's not easy.
I think Craig says that you got to go through hard things to win hard things, so I think this is just only preparing us for the end. I mean, it's really, really hard to win 3 matches in 3 days, but I think it's only going to make us better in the end.
And shout out our weight trainer, John Spurlock. I could not do it without him. So
And Katie Poole.
And Katie Poole, our athletic trainer.
This is for any of you guys. You got the opportunity to stay here the longest out of any other teams. What were your impressions on Savannah and being able to play volleyball here?
Savannah's a beautiful city. We did a little tour earlier today, and it's just an amazing place and such great hospitality. And walking into the gym, people are wishing us good luck and smiling. So it's just been a very welcoming venue, and really excited for these guys to come back next year.
Can you talk about the atmosphere in the gym tonight?
I think it was a great environment, very competitive. There was a lot of fans who weren't even from Kentucky, but I heard of a couple families from all over the place that just came to support us, and were fun to watch. So I think it's just a really cool environment. Lots of little teams and little girls that look up to us. And I think BBN always shows out for us.
Back here.
Eva, whenever you transferred to Kentucky this year, did you expect to have a season like this? Did you expect to have SEC Newcomer of the Year, Player of the Year, all the things? Did you expect to show out the way that you did, or was this you kind of knew what you had and you knew what you were bringing to the table?
No, I was not expecting that at all. I just was coming into this program wanting to win a national championship and wanting to do the work that would get us there. And I couldn't do it without these girls. Cassie, our freshman setter, coming into such a big role is just amazing. And I'm glad I get to do some leadership with her. And, yeah, I couldn't do it without this team.
Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
My mind wasn't mine.